Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of Control. As I remember, where we last left off was going to be, it actually says right on the screen, investigating the sector elevator, which is this way. Yes, it is. And we're going to see where...
There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
Okay, that's just Alan Wake now. Oh, that's not what I expected to find there. Okay. Investigation sector. Let's hit it. Is this entire game just a backdoor sequel to Alan Wake? Oh.
Hello? Anyone here? Guess not.
Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Jonathan Connor, Ezra Cruz, Caroline Dempsey, Lindsay Malcolm, Charles Murray, that sounds familiar, Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Also, that was written in 2017. What do we have here? Anything? I feel like this might be the one with the television that's not plugged in, but let's look at it real quick. Yes, it is. Okay. Wake! Look, it just... Okay, sorry. Everybody knows what's happening here.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else, too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
The elevator doors slid shut with a practiced bravado. That
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the bureau.
that is an Alan Wake line if I've ever heard one. And hello to Samalander. I hope you had a great Sunday. Tractor supplement. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow, William, male, Caucasian. Case summary, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings, blunt force injuries to the head, lacerations to the ear and cheek, blunt force injuries to the extremities, dislocation of right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma, complete avulsion. I need to look up the word avulsion. And Simulator did have a good Sunday, which is excellent. Complete avulsion of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestine, all missing from scene. So avulsion must mean removal? I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with the word. I don't know if I've ever encountered it outside of control. It is my opinion that Mr. Burroughs' death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with an animal attack. I don't know how it looks on stream, but this is a very, very dark corner. To whom it may concern, 2019, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the FBC. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redaction. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our very long, unexplained white space and then long black redaction, who has routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the redacted, loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The blank has failed his agents. I will never forgive him for that. I would assume that word is director. Pulling or tearing away, says Samalander. That is the definition of avulsion. I like it. I like the word. I've never heard it before. It's cool to learn new things. Lots of reading here. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation D084-5 was launched into the ethical practice of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous redaction regarding inhumane treatment of a blank currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of redacted sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such redaction contained there. One blank confirmed the blank's code name to be blank, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the blank research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into blank research. Do we think dimensional research would be underneath that blank? Oh boy, there's a lot of reading here, everybody. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author, Alan Wake. Per interagency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sound familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Signed, Special Investigator Gleason. Well, one thing we know from Alan Wake, and so I had sort of said at the very beginning of this that we were sort of going to consider all, previous Remedy games available for conversation. if they came up and I would simply talk about it. The game has just decided to announce itself as a soft Alan Wake sequel, so I hope everybody's played Alan Wake, because we're going to have to talk about it as we go in here. Staffing issue, Mr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Oh boy, do I know the tone of this memo. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Who's Mr. Dennis? Best regards. Was it Dennis Trench? Do we know what Trench's first name was? Sam Lander saying that avulsion is a very medical term. Gotta use the Latinate when ripped off would work. That is a very medical thing. So we have a button over here. I want to see if there's anything else to look at. Before we go jamming on buttons, let's look around a bit. More. Chief Investigator Dennis. Now we know who Dennis is. And that might have been mentioned earlier, but I'm still feeling my way out, getting to know these people through their forms and memos. It happened again, third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our blank. Could be raccoons, the locals certainly complained about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? What? Why is it redacted? So, I mean, the first word is clearly not monitoring station, but okay. It doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Redaction Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this blank hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Oh, Sam Lander, fear not. We are definitely going to push that button. I just want to see what's on this side of the ominous locked gate. Oh my goodness. I bet these are all files, too. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations. Paracriminal organizations? That's a new concept. Or any record of breaching her NDA since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Well, I would also like an answer to the mold threshold issue, because that is something like, Dren appears to have been offline for a few days. I hope everything is okay and they're simply visiting with family or otherwise enjoying the holiday. When they are available, I do intend to ask them about the mold threshold issue, and specifically this mission right here, which I have no idea how to start progressing. Oops. Sorry, whoever owned that. Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The prime candidate program only failed because of Darling. You're both failures plotting against me. Wow. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, director of the FBC. He signs it and everything. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, blank was launched into the blank of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent exchange in blank witnessed in Director Trench behavior, I would assume there, including aggressive something, when something with other staff has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable blank between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the blank kept inside. However, sometimes I pause because I'm trying to work out what I think is underneath the redaction. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's blank as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any blank and that his fitness to lead is not in question. I feel like a lot of those blanks are objects of power or something similar. Hello to Mia. Mia, if you're just joining us, you've missed many memos. Not a single gunshot so far, which is fine. But we did get an on-screen visit from Mr. Alan Wake. He's typing in a typewriter, and he is currently writing Jesse's story, which brings me back to the point that I was going to make before we found a dozen more memos. In Alan Wake, and again, spoiler alerts for a very old game, what is it, 2006 or so, I think. Oh, well, see, now we have to go in here. Okay, we're going to have to clear a path. One thing that becomes clear in Alan Wake is that Alan is increasingly able to... Okay, I don't know why I can't move this thing. Well, whatever. Affect reality through his writing to a point where I believe, and it's been a while since I played it, that the video game Alan Wake is actually presented as a fictional narrative being written by real-world author Alan Wake, crafting a new version of reality in order to fight something that he is unable to... They can only be fought through the power of storytelling and imagination, which is an interesting story, but now he's writing this story, which is somewhat disturbing because he's a weird dude. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman-Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they switched teams like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on the various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. It could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. Thinking about what that looks like, and nothing's coming to mind. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off, and maybe get the comms guy working on a cover story. Signed, Agent Keenum. Mia is saying, I'm surprised Jesse's capable of moving quickly if Alan is writing her. Well, they say write what you know, but also the movement capabilities of your fictional characters do not necessarily reflect your own. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P142-9 was launched into the legality of the prime candidate program, blank, by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic redaction and redaction. Redaction were brought into the oldest house and placed under blank examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. So the blanks there must be a lot of children. Systematic abuse and neglect, children were brought in, that's my best guess. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic blank of paranaturally inclined blank. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human decency, responsibility. This investigation team unequivocally blank the prime candidate program, condemns, I would assume, and recommends that it be blank immediately. Some of the words, like, why... Sometimes it's like I'm working out what could possibly be under there, and other times it's so obvious, it's so clear to me. Oh, we have to turn this thing on. Hold on, we need to get a power cube up here. I only just noticed that. Burrow tractor. Item is not in Bureau custody, none known. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Object is capable of vocalized expressions or growls and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside Trenton, Texas. See, half the time they blank out, well, actually every other time, they redact out the name of the town and just give you the state. So this time they didn't, which is just weird. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow, only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Okay, so I've only seen one cube, although now I'm wondering what that yellow light is over there. Someone is saying hashtag power cube. Yeah, in my head, they're Energon cubes, except they're not glowing purple. So there is this one here. We could grab that. Let me just take a quick look over on the other side. I don't remember seeing a cube just sort of sitting there, but then again, I wasn't looking for one earlier. So let me just see here. I thought I saw a yellow light over here. No? Okay, so let's take the cube. Let's see if we can grab the cube out of the wall socket. Alright. It's worth noting I don't know what that turned off. And I don't know what this turns on.
There. Now that gate should open.
Oh, okay. Well, there's our answer, Samlander. If we hadn't put that in, the gate wouldn't open. We could have pushed the button and it wouldn't have worked. So, I still don't know what that turned off. It couldn't have been the lights, because it's no dimmer in here than it was a second ago. Also, at last seen, Alan Wake was at the bottom of a lake that is also an ocean and run by some sort of malevolent force. Oh, cool. And sort of locked in a battle of wills where he is trying to author a story.
No detective, but something definitely happened here.
Oh, really, Jesse, you think? Well, hold on. We'll sum up the story of Alan Wake such as it can be remembered after this. This is the paracriminal profile of the Blessed organization. This group/individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases have found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In '94, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the legal use of an altered item. Well, what's a legal use of an altered item? What? Show me the case law on that, author. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to disappearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Also, since I did just find this, let's go shoot something also, because I could use the... Nope. It's not going to be completed missions. Oh, there it is. Go to Central Research. In fact, I might have another quest at Central Research. So we will be back to read more memos and open the next door. Central Research. Yeah, so as I understand it, and I really want to be clear about how much of it I feel was left up to the audience's understanding. No. Kill mold hosts, maintenance sector without getting hit. So we can't do too much here, with our quests anyway. But let's go, see what we can destroy. The story of Alan Wake focused on some sort of malevolent force that was sort of boiling up from inside the lake. And it was, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what sort of the precipitating event was, but I mostly remember the end of it. Oops. Wait, that's not low enough to cube him? Oh, now it is. Okay. Why am I... Oh, that's right. I Superman punched. Jeez, okay. Now, I really should get a move on shooting those hiss nodes, because I think these guys are going to continue to come around until we take care of that. What are we looking for? 2 more, you think? And nope, that's just a red light. Okay. Yeah, in a way, and I'm not saying that it, like, took this as inspiration, it's just the closest parallel for the story of Alan Wake is, of all things, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, that also focus on the idea that some sort of evil force could be contained within a story, and that only telling additional stories would keep it contained, and failing to do so would unleash it out onto the world that was very, very ill prepared for something of this level of power. I like New Nightmare a lot in theory. In execution, I didn't think that it was... I don't think it holds up very well to scrutiny. Okay, and now we've got that. And... gosh, there's an unexplored area down here. I might go take a look at this real quick. I don't actually know how long Featherfall lasts, so let's take it a little bit easy. Oh, and Mia says that Alan Wake came out in 2010, not 2006. I have a tendency to believe a lot of things came out in 2006. All right, so we're going to take a look around down here. I have a very, very bad habit of dying every time I come down here, but if I'm looking for mold samples, this certainly feels like the place to be. When we got the mold quest, what I thought in my head is, oh, this must be something that you're going... that, like, as we explore additional areas of the world, we're going to come across these mold samples just sort of through general exploration. And now I'm wondering, what if we're supposed to find all of them here in this gross fungal basement? In fact, it was the lady in there that gave us the quest. Sam says that Oblivion was 2006. I remember playing I remember the first time I saw... oh gosh, what was it before Oblivion? That was Morrowind. Yes. The first time I saw Morrowind, like footage of it as like an original Xbox game, I was like, I can't even believe how good that game looks. Like it looked astoundingly good. Okay, I'm not sure I want to go down there yet. Hey, I haven't been here since I can fly, so this might be a very different experience in terms of being able to get around and explore. Oh. Oh, boy. Okay. Maybe I won't hang around you guys then so much. Can't play nice. Now, friendly reminder to everybody who hasn't been keeping up on every last bit of minutia about the... Oh, boy. Inside... What the hell's the name of this game? Control Story. This mold is actually woven out of microscopic... Shit, I forgot about this. Out of little organisms that are, like, weaving this plant life and, like, bringing it into being. And I find that extremely alarming, and the woman studying it does not, and I disagree with her a whole bunch. And as director, I would tell her to light this entire area on fire and keep it burning like it was Centralia until every last element of it was gone forever. That's right, the shots also track, so that's fun. Oh, it's just getting worse. Okay, so what the hell do I do here? Just be very, very careful, I guess. I feel like that's outside my range. Let me switch from this to Pierce. And maybe throw on that zoom upgrade that I said I was never going to use for Pierce. That's great. Alright, he did shoot something. I'm just going to wait here for a second. And still not dead. I don't even know what that is. I don't know if it's a guy or like just a weird self-defense turret. Yeah, I know Mia's played a lot of, shit. Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know if she's ever touched the mainline. Elder Scrolls games. I kind of don't think so. I also feel like they fall somewhat outside the genre that I would expect her to enjoy. But then again, so does SimCity, so, you know, who knows? Okay, this is the first time we've ever come close to clearing this room. And by clearing, I mean these things are still gonna pop and try to kill me if I get too close to them. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, man, if I was looking for mold samples, this seems like the room. Do you think there's anything down there? I was sort of, busy not getting dead, so I don't know what is... Yep, there's something here. Mold sample?
This looks like a good one.
Okay, so now we know, now for the very first time ever, we have some sense of what we're looking for and where to find it. Oh my gosh, Sunny Panda, hello! Oh, and Alex, BC4, thank you so much for the follow. Panda, we have been watching a whole bunch of your Dark Souls playthrough. It seems, and I mentioned this in a previous game, you have the patience of a saint. You really do, because watching that game, my takeaway in the Souls games is I'm very, very glad that they exist for the people that want them, because watching your playthrough, I do not know how you are not driven to smash your mouse. Crap. Hold on a second. I don't want to be in here with those things. Or down here. Oh boy. Okay, still don't stand there. Like here's an example, Panda. This is a point that you were at. You were on a like a rickety wooden scaffold, and moving ahead, you saw that there was an item right there. Oh wait, was this? I was watching somebody else play it as well because I was curious. No, I might be thinking about somebody else. What was it that you were doing? You were doing the big boss fight against the really big guy, and then the smaller guy who had a spear attack that could just hit you through space and time. He didn't do it very often, but he had one move that he would charge up, and then he would dash forward with his spear, and as near as I could tell, it did not matter where you were on planet Earth, Boletaria, or dimensions nearby, that spear attack was going to hit you, and it was going to do 3/4 of your life bar in damage. And I look at attacks like that, and I'm like, oh, F this. Well, they can grow mold everywhere, but not on the restroom sign. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun to watch. I think that you, like, in one of them, you were like, I'm feeling very frustrated, and it doesn't happen very often, but I'm gonna, like, you know, we're gonna call it here, and then I'll come back fresh tomorrow and probably beat it immediately. And as far as I could see, that's exactly what happened. Div has been told he has a lot of patience, but it's fun, even if frustrating at some points. It's kind of like sweet pain when you bite your inner lip. The spear and the hammer dude. He who is lurking silently, he who thank you very much. And Alex just got back from his errands. Yeah, and to an extent, like let me own the fact that I do have at least one good sense of what Panda is talking about here. Oh, and for anybody listening who doesn't, who isn't up on all of the friends in the channel, there are a few more significant than Sunny Panda. He is the leader of Panda's Beach Babes, and currently playing through and streaming Dark Souls, which I believe is his first playthrough. Of the game. Sorry, actually, you know what I should do? I should switch my mission to this, since we're sort of doing this by accident. So type B, you'll notice here, grows near toilets. And I'm hoping that the bathroom here is going to be what... Well, wait a second. So there's a toilet right there, but I don't see any fungus near it. So let's go up here. And here we go.
Gross. Underhill is gonna owe me for this.
Azric says, how's your holiday? Holiday went great. Especially around the end of this episode, I just want to call out to folks, like, including Mia and you, Azric, and Sunny Panda, and so many others that... Oh, that's the antenna. I couldn't figure out what I was seeing there. It was the antenna that was sort of lighting up. This vacation has been so much fun, not only because we've had a chance to stream, but because there's been so many great things to watch on stream. And so rarely have we gotten to enjoy Panda live, and being able to catch his Dark Souls streams as they air and get to participate a little bit in the chat and so forth has been really fun. Oh, what I was going to say, Panda, was, in... Mia, what was the name of, Darksiders 3? Shit! Okay, I don't know if anybody else is in there, but now we'll have a friend on our side to go... God, these guys really freak me out. Alright, here we go.
One of Underhill's samples.
Hold on.
Building shifts occur at random and without warning, but with the Bureau's cutting-edge technology, we can stabilize the oldest house. Safe employees are happy employees. Certain rituals allow agents to navigate the oldest house as well. But accidents do happen. Trapping agents inside the walls. I heard you got stuck in your room for 3 days, Topher. Too bad you didn't have your book with you. Or any food. And remember, kids, when you feel the floor deviate, it's already much too late.
Oh, I really like this Threshold kids. To try to finish up a thought quickly before something else like that happens. In Darksiders 3, there was one boss fight that I won't spoil here, but, you know, it's in our collection, and it was... I mean, Mia, would you say that was 2 hours? I mean, it was a while. It was a while that I was fighting this one boss. And when I finally got it, it was pure elation. Crap. Okay. Alright, stop. I don't know what part of the floor is safe to touch, so we'll just assume it's all lava. Oh, that's many guys. I'll tell you what. We've got a gun to deal with many guys. No! Shit. Oh, now I've got my body to deal with them, too. All right, you go fight anybody else that's down there. I'm done with it. Okay. I want to get that without getting popped. I don't know which exact type of crafting material Astral Blip is, but we should have plenty of it by the time we're done here. It seems to be what these guys drop. Now, Div, out of curiosity, and this is probably something that's come up, and I apologize for not knowing the answer. My sense is that you are... Wait, health recovery? Okay, well, I'm going to have to get rid of some of these. Health recovery is in here somewhere. It must have been this one. Health recovery per element pickup plus 44%. Okay. I'll tell you what, let's order by type, and let's get rid of all of the worst versions. Yeah, we're never going to have two of these, so let's bounce that. And these are identical. So the question was going to be, my sense is that you are pretty well over Monster Hunter World, but in the event that, like, that next Monster Hunter game comes out for the Switch or whatever, do you think you'll, like, revisit the series in a different form down the road? And the reason I ask is because I've certainly had franchises where I hit my absolute limit, and I'm like, nope, that's it. You know, I had great times with this, great memories, enjoyed a bunch. I'm done. I'm not going to do any more with this franchise again. Oh, Azaric, thank you so much. Let's see. Sunny Panda said that he fought the gargoyles in Dark Souls 1 for 6+ hours and over 108 deaths. Yeah, I heard about that. I wasn't there for that, but I heard about it before beating them. It was at the end was just like, fuck yeah. And Panda says if the next release ports over to PC, he does plan on getting back into it, but if it stays a Switch exclusive, he's not dipping his toes. Yeah, there's a couple new emotes that are coming up as well. I mentioned this, but I haven't... Oh, wait, that's one of the samples right there.
Found one.
Okay, so we're only now looking for the last one. This quest has been on our docket for like 5 or 6 episodes, and I was, as I mentioned earlier, right on the verge of asking Drienne outright, where am I supposed to go for this? And now here it is. Oh, that's a radio. We can't interact with that. Or we can't hear it because we have the copyrighted music turned off. Also, I will say that Mr. Uncle Bones has now clarified what the hell these things are. We've seen them all over. I never really put them together as being much more than decorations, but apparently they stop the oldest house from converging or trapping those areas, which sort of makes me wonder why they don't just put those everywhere. They just look like parabolic dishes, but maybe they're made out of plutonium or something. Okay, well, I see a bunch of corpses in here. There it is! Wow, we did it!
Gross. Underhill is gonna owe me for this. That's all 5 samples. I should get these back to Underhill.
Yeah, Azaric, for real, thank you very, very much for the gift sub. That's awesome. Nope, nope, we're all friends here. We're all friends here. Don't have to fight each other. Also, on a topic, oh, you know what? I should sort of hang out until these guys pop, because they are going to drop things that I want sometimes. Yep, astral blip. So as we're going along, another thing that's come up, I was talking to Mia about this. I have on many occasions mentioned the distaste I have towards Final Fantasy 15, which I've talked about a lot at length and maybe don't need to go into an extreme detail right now. But one thing that I've been thinking a lot about is I was having a lot of difficulty in Final Fantasy VII Remake for a while, and I was like, wait, I apparently can't go in there. Okay, just didn't want to fall. There's a very clear break in that collection here on Twitch where I was having trouble. And then one episode I came back and I said, you know something? I think I've been playing this wrong because this is not an action game. It looks and moves like it's Ninja Gaiden, but it's not. It is an RPG. And I think that I need to adjust the way that I'm playing it. And then after that, suddenly got a lot more comfortable and had a much better time with it. And I cannot shake the idea that maybe one of the things that I didn't...
You look like a woman with mold for me.
Well, thank you. You look like a woman who's gonna get fired if you say that again.
I found all 5, but I kind of wanted to eat them.
The mold has that effect on some people. Likely due to the fact it's not actually mold or even of this dimension. I suspect it is the result of 2 incompatible molecular structures, one dominant, coming into contact. I call it mold or fungus because it's closer in appearance and behavior than anything else we know. Except perhaps bacteria.
She reminds me of my old biology teacher.
Did you happen to meet any more members of my ranger detail?
I didn't see any rangers. Just walking mold people. Unless...
Yes. If you found mold people, you found my rangers. I refer to the creatures as hosts. They, like other unwary agents, succumbed to the appetite. But that's nothing for you to worry about. The pill I'm about to make with these samples will make the lower level perfectly safe to traverse. It has the added benefit of immunizing you against the pit's toxic spores.
Feel like I should ask to see her credentials.
There. That didn't take too long now, did it? Ingest this pill, then go and find the source of the mold. Only there can we begin to understand how to stop it.
Take a mystery pill because a rude lady in a hazmat suit tells you to. Great idea, Jesse.
Ugh. Honestly, did you want me to wrap it in cheese?
Not the taste, the smell. It stinks in here now.
Good. That means the pill is working. The worse it smells, the safer you'll be. Now go. Find the source.
I don't think we've had these conversations yet.
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid. She shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
So, is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
Real quick, it also occurred to me that, Panda, we were actually talking about your Ori and the Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp playthrough, and Chivalry mentioned that it was unclear how good you were in the game until he watched somebody else play it and was like, oh my god, like Sunny Panda was like just whipping through this like it was nothing. So yeah, just wanted to let you know that that was also a recent topic of conversation.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
Wait, is this the woman that we just read the memo about? Had a former relationship, stayed in touch, used to work for the Bureau? We just read... I didn't put together, like, who we were talking about in that memo, but yeah, this is the same lady.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible.
Alex, thank you very much for the lurk.
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
My family
Why
had
not
black mold
return
once.
when you have something
Leech did the
important
trick.
to say?
Has Underhill tried?
Okay, so
bleach?
this says investigate the pit. Do we have any concept of where that is? I mean, now I'm not going to take damage from the mold, apparently, because I took the magic pill. But is the pit in here, or is it... Oops. Oh, wait, there's a file. Pink Flamingo. Agents noticed a transient commonly found outside the entrance of the Bureau headquarters would carry the item and loudly claim to be responsible for the lack of inclement weather. The frequency of these claims attracted the personal interest of Dr. Darling. In interviews disguised as casual conversations, the transient reported the item, quote, gives me clouds when it's hot and sun when it's not, unquote. An event of note occurred during a heavy downpour when the vagrant was witnessed performing a possible ritual with the item. See PAI/1372 for a detailed observation. Dr. Darling reported a wait of blank seconds before the rain stopped. The vagrant was seized the next day. After redaction, he was found to possess no redactions and was released. The item remains in Bureau custody under suspicion of altered status, although this still has not been proven. All known variations of identification formulas have failed to elicit a response from the item. Whoops, hold on, there's something else in there. I don't know where it was. Picnic basket procedures. I don't know when I got this. So we did see the picnic basket upstairs. It's locked away. A simple wicker basket with cloth lining, no food items inside. The item produces a hypnotic effect that solely affects non-human animals, forcing them to congregate passively around the object. Animals from every genus and species have thus far been tested are susceptible. Single-cell organisms do not appear to react to the effect. What about like a 3-celled organism? Item was taken to a forest upstate for testing. Results of the test proved contradicting data as some of the attracted animals exhibited hyper-aggressive behavior. The exercise unfortunately resulted in blank blank. Further testing should be restricted to more low-risk animal species with medical staff on standby. Hold on, something just popped, and also there was one other thing here somewhere. Oh, yeah, we saw that. Patikin says it's Angel's basket hat. That is a reference to a particularly fun outfit from Ghost of Tsushima. And how do I get out of here? Wait, where am I? Oh, just up here. So you think the pit would be down, right? Oh, cool. It came back. And I'll just stay right over here and pop you guys square in the skull if you don't mind. Crap. Or whatever passes for the skull once all of the biological matter and
Underhill was talking about.
body has been consumed by this mold. Dead? Okay, good. Okay, so that's the pit. Hello to Ricardinho. Ouch. What did that? No, really, where are those coming from? Okay, and also, do I care? Because I'm just going to go down into the pit now. How confident are we that Underhill doesn't want to dump Jesse in hell? Oh, shit. Hold on, I gotta get away from that. So, Ricardinho, follow-up question for you. Where specifically do you... Hold on. Let me just pause for 1 second. Where specifically do you go in Twitch to set up the prediction feature? Because I've looked under channel points, I've looked under community, I've looked under I'm not sure where to instigate the feature. So I'd love to know while we're listening to this.
Underhill sent us down this weird ass threshold looking for whatever's making all these vegetables sprout. I will say this, it smells delicious.
All right, I'm feeling like instead of charge, maybe I want to have shatter down here. These guys like to get up close and personal, and I want a gun that can get personal right back. This looks like a door, doesn't it? This is definitely a door. How do I get this? How do I get this piece out? Can I? Ugh. I cannot shake the feeling that something is sneaking up behind Jesse. How do I... Oh, there it goes. Ish. Okay. Now we can find out what's back here. What? Okay. Get well balloon. Oh, we saw this as well. The item was used in the children's ward of a local hospital in blank. Witnesses do not recall where the balloon came from. Therapy dogs, part of the program called blank, meant to comfort the sick children, were noticeably attracted to the item. They reportedly jumped at the item, licking it when they could. The children claimed the dogs began walking through the halls of the hospital at night, howling in a low pitch. One child described the sound as singing. A few days later, the dogs were all discovered dead, a dark substance leaking from their blank. The hospital staff called local authorities, who called the CDC. Bureau agents intercepted the call and arrived at the scene within blank hours. The item was taken for evaluation along with the remains of the dogs. Okay, and Ricardo is saying that he's not sure. Yeah, I think it's going to take a couple Google searches at this point, because we did look into it, and it's not readily apparent, and I feel like that is something that sometimes happens on Twitch, where they have a new feature, and...
God. The further I go, the worse it sounds.
Crap! Oh, shit. Wait, I can't befriend him. I need all his blue shards. Nope. All right, let's come back here and take a look, because that looks like it goes deeper. I just want to take a look over here. Okay, this is a roundabout, back to the same location. Okay. Sorry to interrupt your meal. Crap! Oh my god, that took all my lives. Okay, these guys need to stay a solid 25 feet away at all times. And so does that. Just gonna wait for that to pop. Wait. It's on dashboard, those panel thingies under quick actions. All right, we will take a look at that. All right, I'm not taking any chances. Let's just get all that trash out of here. Okay, there's something over there that I want. Looks like a file. I think I took more damage there than he did. No, I really need his blue, though. Do we think that's all of them? Because I really want to go down there and get healed up. And there's a control point right there. Let's aim for that, because that'll give us a respawn point and also give Jesse all her lives back. But Deacon says it's not there by default, you have to add it. Okay, so that will... Because I think that Ricardo had a really good idea about adding a... What is happening?
Ranger Captain, note 7.28. Wait, 6, 7, whatever. Still in the thresh mold. Ollie's straight up eating the vegetables now, because, well, why not? Mom said, eat your vegetables. Eat too many and your skin will turn green. Green like Ollie's. Hey, Ollie, what'd you find out?
I think people have heard of like a gray goo scenario where nanobots break free and start breaking down all matter on Earth into additional nanobots until the entire surface of the world is just a swarming mass teaming of microscopic organisms, microscopic robots. But there's also like a green goo scenario, which is maybe not super well named. But that's the idea that an invasive alien plant life could arrive on Earth that's able to outcompete Earth plants and overrun the entire ecosystem with some sort of new form of plant life that is inedible and useless to to Earth life, and it would be every bit as deadly. And that's what I'm thinking about in this mold scenario, where this stuff is growing on the walls. It's growing on concrete walls. It's consuming things like mannequins and toilets. It seems super dangerous. Bring the fire in. Bremen basket. The item came to the Bureau's attention through several news reports in which a family was harassed by animals during a picnic in the blank National Park. The family fled the scene with the basket. Witnesses report seeing the family chased by following species of animals, blank, blank, and blankety blank. The family was eventually abandoned the basket, at which point the animals remained with it for an unknown length of time. Agents acquired the item from the park's lost and found offices. And also, we picked up yet another... Oh, we did that. That's good. But we picked up yet another multimedia thing. Oh, that's the tape that we just listened to. Yep, we got both of those. Hello to Brian. Brian, I hope you had a really good weekend. Ugh. Wait, how deep does this... Oh, it's reflective. Okay. I was like, it looks like there's something back there, but then I saw Jesse there as well, so it's like, oh, wait. Alright, I think I'm back here now. I'm gonna touch this for good measure. Oh, let's turn in the board countermeasure. This one right here. So we still have this one. Continue. And... kill enemies in expeditions without taking damage from the target. What are expeditions? Those are the jukebox missions? No thanks. At least not for right now. And then surge maneuvers, which we cannot do. Okay. I don't have enough for an ability. Do I have enough to build anything? Oh, I do. And I want to upgrade spin, I think. Yep, let's do that. That gives us a second mod. And that's as far as we can go. I don't want anything there, and I don't want any jukebox tokens. All right, let's apply a new update to spin then. Let's see, what do we like? Rate of fire plus 40, but it shoots so fast. It's like, that seems really good on Shatter, maybe. Ammo cost while levitating, negative 24%. I think, oh, is this exclusive to spin? It's exclusive to spin. All right, well, let's do that. And then, what was this other one? Accuracy plus 22%. All right, so whenever you were using spin, let's try to hover, because we'll get a lot more shots out of it. That's right, so Brian has been playing a game called Forager, which I've heard of, and I've seen sort of like advertised, but haven't known anybody else that's played. I'm gonna take a quick look around in here. Is there anything in here? Oh, there is. So, to round out the last thoughts on Final Fantasy 15, it is possible, and again, sometimes we just toss out ideas and then ultimately decide against them, so no guarantees here, but it is at least possible that we're going to make Final Fantasy 15 the first repeat thing that we do on the stream, where we do another deep dive into it. Yeah.
It's kind of pretty.
It's not pretty at all. It's not even a little bit pretty.
Nope.
Okay. I didn't mean to take away all of my... Okay. Okay. So, either figure out some way to get health, or this fight is going to be real short. Oh, yeah, I think... I think I died 4 times there. Patikin says, what do you mean not pretty? It looks super cute. No. Oh, I really like doing yes ands, but that's a no but. Oh my god. Just the,
It's
gross orifice that it's erupting from.
nope. Not pretty.
Mold 1 is what it's called. Oh, we might hug this wall for a little bit till we can try to figure out other tools, because I don't think you can get to her very easily back here. Try to check out Shield. See how Shield does. Oh, you get away from me. Okay. Okay, Shield actually does really well, because that thing had me straight on and somehow only hit the bits that I was holding. Okay, and now I'm taking damage. And now I'm taking all of the damage. Okay, hold on. Time out. Let me get my energy back. Oh, shit. Okay. We did better, right? I just have to do, way better than that, even. Also, so... we've got Spin and Shatter. Let's switch out Shatter for Charge. And... the other thing I might swap out for is a Shield Energy. Pardon me. Shield Energy costs negative 22%. That sounds pretty good. But how about a Shield Power upgrade? Shield Strength. Pardon me. I'm hiccuping a bunch here. And anything in weapon mods that I want to be rid of. Let's get rid of that and that. We're not even going to take a look at these low-level ones right now. Okay. Alright. Let's see if we can get this thing to eat some rocket. I'm gonna have dreams about this thing tonight. This is awful.
That the source? It's kind of pretty. Nope. Not pretty.
The explosion effect on charge is really good, incidentally. I love the sort of concussion blast, like the, hold on a second. Now, one thing I don't know is... okay, it might be causing ground damage now. I don't know yet. Okay, just stay away from that for a second. Okay, let me just get away from that. And shield. And fall. Good, good. Okay. Okay, I can't be here anymore. All right, believe it or not, that hit shield, not Jesse. Oh, that was too early. Okay, but when do you stop doing that? Oh, I can't be down here. Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay. So when the ground turns to poison, I think what I need to do is be a lot better about moving to the different pillars and taking more opportunities to attack back. I haven't worked out the timing of how to make that happen yet.
It's kind of pretty.
We might need to take like an energy upgrade, energy, whatever it's called, upgrade.
Nope.
On an unrelated note, we were recently watching some like old holiday specials that X-Play used to put on. For anybody who's not in the know, X-Play was the premier video game review show back when Tech TV was a thing, and then when Tech TV got bought out by, I'm lost so much health already. All I can say is that if you've ever wondered why X-Play isn't readily available on on YouTube or other places to watch, let's just say that some of the original humor in there does not hold up. Things that were considered acceptable or even bearable back in the early 2000s, not so much. And the thing is, sensibilities have changed. I'm not sure that the writers or the hosts of X-Play should be held responsible in 2020 for things that they did 18 years ago, 17 years ago. Like, our sensibilities as a culture have changed, and hopefully for the better. I was about to say, I don't think I lost 3/4 of my health and didn't even know where it went. But I could recite verbatim some of the things that are said in those old holiday specials, and if I was taken out of context, I would get, like, they just pulled that clip, I would just get off of Twitch immediately. They would just ban me on the spot.
Kind of pretty.
Okay, so right there, half my lives. Now, I do see that there's targets on the other stalks as well, but they seem to be behind shields or whatever, so I don't know how else to get at those. Okay, I can't be here. Okay. Just blow myself up then. Oh, that's gonna be bad. Okay. So, how do I improve on what I'm doing? Let's also look at our personal mods. I feel like they're pretty good. It's pro health and pro something else, but if there's like a energy health pickup, that's not doing anything for us in this one. Shield strength, no. Health recovery per element pickup, so it's plus 39%. I like that, but it's not helping us here. There is no health to pick up. So what else do we put in here? We could put in shield energy cost, launch energy cost. We could double up on health. Let's do that. You know, that's going to give us a really long life bar. Maybe it will help, and if it doesn't, then we'll just swap it out for something else.
Is that the source? It's kind of pretty.
Brian misses watching Morgan Webb and Adam on X-Play, and so do I, is the thing. Like, my pointing out that some of those old things don't hold up well, again, I would not want to be taken as, like, I'm not posting about this on Twitter, because Twitter, this is the sort of thing that people are just aching for an opportunity to get righteous about. And for me, it's like, okay, boy, haven't we come a long way. Like, I remember watching the movie Philadelphia, the Tom Hanks movie with Denzel Washington, Philadelphia, and the way people talk in that movie, when I saw it years ago, and this was not right when it came out, but when I sort of like watched that as an adult, I was like, holy hell, like people would just talk like this ever, and it was acceptable, because it was so far removed from what I had come to understand as acceptable discourse. Not even discourse, like just professional conversation. Okay, there's spores around me, and I need to be somewhere that isn't... Okay, that's fine. Time out. Time in. But yeah, X-Play was in every other way. Like, it was just a fun show, and you got the sense that the people that made it enjoyed coming to work. I think more so in the earlier seasons than as it went on, once they got over to G4. I feel like there was probably a lot of corporate okay, I just want you guys all to know I completely held down the shield button. Okay. I thought maybe if I kept moving, they wouldn't be able to key in on me so much. Let's take another look at those mods. I'm not saying not to do the double health mod, but let me just take a quick look. Also, and I mentioned this a long time ago, but just for the record, there is a fascinating interview with Adam Sessler, and it was done by, oh crud, what was the name of the guy? Kevin Pereira. So Kevin Pereira did an interview with Adam Sessler specifically on the topic of the migration of X-Play from Tech TV over to G4, and then the subsequent sort of collapse of his career with G4, and like the day that he found out that he was being fired, and it is good. The thing about Adam Sessler is, like, let me tell you something about Adam. Like my understanding is, if Adam Sessler knew that we were talking about him right now, and that I'm saying unreservedly positive things about him and his intelligence and his wit and his in the incisive way with which he reviews video games, I think he'd probably block me on Twitter and report this to Twitch. Like, he does not want to be a topic of conversation and appears to absolutely not want to have anything to do with the opinions of strangers. And that's fine, because I still like him and I like his content a lot, and very much miss the days when he was on television a whole bunch, because he is a smart dude. I don't think he's somebody that you want to meet in real life. I mean, I'm sure that he's a cool dude if he wants to know you, but he does not want to know the average fan. And that's fine. You know, he doesn't owe people who like X-Play anything. It's also possible, I mean, let's draw a more complete picture. I don't know this dude, I only see him on Twitter. He seems really stressed out, and who isn't in the year 2020? But yeah, I really miss when he had a television series to talk about games, because he's very good at it. Okay, let me just hang out back here for a second. All right, I don't want to have any part of that. Try to get a shield. Okay, that's fine. I do not know at what point in this boss fight the ground turns to poison. So we're just gonna have to keep one eye on that. Okay. Okay, and there we go. Now it's poison. I had the shield up too. It just didn't care. Let me just take one quick look. The topic came up. Ricardo says, same goes for Rockstar games. They dropped the forbidden F word 2 times in cutscenes in GTA 4, and he was really worried that his stream was going to get deleted. No, no, don't worry about that. It's a video game character saying it, so it is not you. Patikin's saying the game is allowed to be streamed on Twitch, so they can't, well, they could do something about it, but they shouldn't because it's not, you know, you, Ricardo, are not responsible for the activities and behavior of in-game characters. If you were, then, like, what would happen if you were playing a character, like an evil character in a game? That's not you condoning that behavior, that's you engaging with the game. Same with Grand Theft Auto. If the characters in a Grand Theft Auto game are speaking in a crude and insulting and derogatory fashion, that's the writing in the game. It's not the person streaming it. That's the way that I see it. Patikin says unless it's music, then they can warn you about that. GTA 5 flaps out slurs 1,000,000 times, so there's also that. And Ricardo says that's good to hear, but the music topic sucks. That's a different topic. Patikin says as long as the issue exists, he will never stream those games. Twitch allows it, so they can't really. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it might reach the point where I can't imagine that it would reach this point, but where Twitch says you can't stream games with derogatory slurs in them.
Nope.
And I'm certainly not hopeful that they will ever do that, but okay. Okay, I need time to recharge. Like, I can't... Oh, that's not... Now I don't know where I am. Okay, so now this is just infinite death down here, is that... Alright, let me look at my, I don't even know the sentence to that. Ricardo's saying they should just mark it and tell him afterwards. He has the feeling that that's how they would handle it. In terms of the music, in a way they do, because what they normally do is they just mute the VOD if they think that it's copyrighted music. What people were getting in trouble for earlier in the year was... Hold on a second. Old VODs saved things that hadn't been muted at the time, and Twitch started running algorithms on that stuff to look for copyrighted music and then dinging people for old video content. At least that's my understanding of the situation. Okay, I'm gonna try to get out of here. That's gonna put me in range of that. Hold up a shield. Okay. Oh, don't shoot a rocket off in your own face, asshole. And the asshole there is me, by the way. Okay. Oh, God. Seeing saw something earlier today where Carnage's YouTube channel from Witcher 3 got flagged for showing nudity, a video that's been up there for ages. Patinkin's like, what about the other Witcher 3 videos where it shows, or other games where it shows nudity? They put it back through after he appealed it because it was a bit stupid. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of these platforms are now having to scramble after the fact to figure out how to...
Nope.
Whoops. Alright, I'm waiting for my energy and so forth to come back up. I'm also trying something a bit new, where I'm not, aiming. Or I'm not using the aim feature. Okay. Nope, that's all bad. All of that was bad. But not as bad as that. Patinkin says video game nudity should be allowed no matter what. Just put an age restriction on it. It's almost 2021. There remains, unfortunately, a public perception that video games are still for kids, and there is very much and in my view, very much a concern trolling style of, won't someone think of the children? Okay, so I'm going to go on record saying the shield does nothing against that. I thought it originally would eat a good chunk of the damage. I don't think it actually does. Okay. I don't know how to time the dodge, and maybe that's the next thing that I need to do. Okay, I'm stuck on something, so we're just gonna go back the other way. At this point, I really should just... Dodge! Dodge! Oh, I wasn't expecting the third one. Obsidian saying that if a kid watches those and the parents allow it, then it's not the kid's fault. Nor do I think that Twitch is calling it the kid's fault. I think they're calling it the streamer's fault.
Is that the source?
I don't... Like, here's the thing. I don't think that a lot of these content sites are well-positioned to have proper community guidelines in place, and they're trying to, like, make it up now after the fact. That's my sort of general takeaway on it. I mean, the real solution is just ignore all damage. Just constantly spam attacks on this thing. Don't let up for anything. Although that doesn't feel like it's too plausible when I'm getting hit that hard. Okay, I am going to try to dodge this. With very limited success. Nope. Once the ground goes to lava, you can't go down there. I think ultimately, for me, what it comes down to for, like, content on Twitch is whatever is... I'm gonna... It's much like real life. I'm gonna try to do the best I can and to be respectful of other people's sensibilities while showing off the game as it is. You know, if Twitch decides that a certain game is not going to be allowed on Twitch at all, and there are games that fall into that category. I'm trying to remember. There was one that was like a basically a domestic shooting simulator. You know, there's troll games on Steam that are just openly racist. Okay, that's just me taking grievous damage. And those games, my point is, are not allowed on Twitch at all. Okay, I understand that. I think that's a good idea, and that those games shouldn't be on Twitch. But that is... You know, that is consistent. It's not don't show certain parts of this game about hunting and killing gay people. It's you're not allowed to stream this at all because it's just digitized hate speech. Understood. But when you're going to allow a game like The Witcher 3 to be streamed, it feels like once the decision has been made that this game is okay, it's... You can't... I don't think that you can then say... oh, whoops, we forgot that this has some nudity in it, so therefore now we're going to retroactively punish people for putting it up.
Is that the source? It's...
There's gotta be a way to do this. I don't feel like this is a come back later scenario. I feel like this is a do it better scenario. Dodge. Just waiting for my health to come up there. There we go. Okay, gotta go. Okay, not really sure what hit me back here, but... Wait, that's not hitting me, I don't think. Oh, no, it is. It is. Okay, that was too late.
I need to stop being surprised by all the weird shit in this place.
What the heck? Wait! How did I win? I'm not even gonna make an that was on purpose joke. How did I win that? Apparently that thing was lower on lives than I thought it was, because I was banking towards a failure on that. I'd love to be celebratory here, but okay. I guess we did it, everyone. The monster said, "Okay, I'm tired of replaying this section. You can just have it, Jesse. You did it." Patikin saying, "Where's me as Jeremy?" Where does that come from? Her but I don't think we can get back up. I bet there's another control point or something in here, some other passageway up. Yes. All right. Ammo refund? Wait a second, that's new. What's ammo refund? Ammo refund chance on hit. Interesting. I don't know that we've seen that one before. If I have, I don't remember it. We've got 21 out of 24. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start making some tough decisions about which mods to dump here. Although not that hard, because look at this. Damage while aiming. Yeah, let's get rid of... Well, I don't know. Wait, these are exclusive to Pierce. I can never possibly use them all. Yeah, let's get rid of 2 of them. Alright, this one has Spin, Grip, Shatter, and Pierce. Charge and Surge. What is Surge? This is a rhetorical question, but what is Surge? I don't... Anyway... exclusive to charge, projectile speed. Yeah, we're never gonna have more than 2 of those. Yeah, we only need 1 rate of fire one, I think. Yep. And... The recoil one, I don't think I'm ever gonna use, because I just don't think the recoil on Shatter is that bad. So we're gonna get rid of that one. And yeah, we get rid of that one. Okay, so that clears up a little bit of inventory space. And then for personal mods, do we have any duplicates? We do right here. All right, let's get rid of the lower grade one. And then we got 3 of these. Launch energy costs, all identical. Get rid of 2 of those. Get rid of 3 of those. And... I really like energy recovery speed. I'd love to have it in there. Okay, is there anything else in here that we need?
Oh, so good. Oh, need more.
The hiss don't really creep me out because it's too abstract. This shit creeps me right the hell out. I'm not being funny. I really want this entire area just lit on fire like it's the Mist. All right, now we can use this. I died many times, so I doubt very much that I can do any type of upgrades. Nope. Although, once we can find a single untapped potential, we'll be within range of upgrading charge. And otherwise, now we can use a fast travel. Hey, everyone. Oh, wait. Wait, do I have... What is my mission? Old growth. Go to... Underhill. Okay, so that's what we want to do. We're gonna go fast travel. As long as... Because this is gonna take a second to reach. I'm sorry. Where even are we? We're not in containment. We're in the pit. So we want to go to Underhill. Where the hell is she? Active threshold, ritual division. No. Active threshold sub-level? Maybe? Let's go here, and then we'll try to figure it out. Okay, so that's this place. Can I get up from here? I think I can. In addition to the interview that Adam Sessler did for, with Kevin Pereira, and he did it, there were two. There was one that Kevin Pereira did with Adam Sessler, and there was another that he did. Oh, well, take that. God, there was one other person that he interviewed. Who was it? There were very interesting interviews. Like, if you have any interest in G4, like the sort of the fall of that network, gosh. Oh, man, who was it? It wasn't Victor Lucas. It wasn't Tina Wood. I don't think it was Morgan Webb. Oh, no. I can't get up from here. Okay. All right, well, we'll have to go use the fast travel point. What is... Oh, that's the tape recorder. Anyway, they recently, as of this recording, recently did a reunion special because G4 is relaunching somehow. I don't know how this idea works in the year 2021, but they are relaunching the network. Presumably it's going to be, sort of online. Well, supposedly it's going to be... Oh, shit! No, actually, now I need your blue shards. Okay, well done, me. Okay, what is the blast radius in this? Because apparently it's more than I thought it was. Anyway, reunion special for G4, and of the participants, they had Kristen Holt, Kevin Pereira, Olivia Munn, Morgan Webb, Adam Sessler, and then the personality that was sort of organizing the whole thing, which I don't really know his deal. It seemed like a comedian, but I'm not familiar with his work. Funny guy. I enjoyed it well enough. Astral Exhibition, is that close enough to what we're trying to get to? Well, hopefully. And what was interesting, and this is available on YouTube right now. You guys can look up G4 reunion special, and it'll be up there for people to see. Yeah, I think I need to get back into like the main hall here. Oh gosh, I have no memory of this place. Central Research. Central Research is this way. Okay, I need a Mia in here. Oh wait, she might hear that and think that I need a mod. No, it's just, it's not put together properly. I don't know how to get back to Underhill at this point. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go back to Central Research, and that's probably the best bet to find our way down into the pit. In the reunion special, one of the things that struck me is that it felt like everybody was sort of in on the bit, and everybody was doing lines, and then they would sort of go to Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, who were there and present and participating in the whole thing all the way through, but who somehow seemed to come across like they had been invited to participate in an actual reunion and not sort of a big joke. And one example of this is at one point, Morgan Webb addresses, she doesn't really address it is the problem, but she mentions in passing that, you know, it wasn't always a very safe space for her working in gaming, and there's no elaboration on that. She indicates that things have progressed from where they were. There's a lot of distance left to go, but and it was like, I would have wanted to hear more about that. Not because I feel like Morgan has a responsibility to share any sort of painful memories, but it's like, sometimes having those stories shared can help to clarify things that are happening for, like, people like me that hopefully don't treat people badly, don't make them feel uncomfortable or you know, act in an unprofessional manner. But one of the ways to know is to hear about the things that are, like, inappropriate, and I would have wanted to hear more about that. It sounds like there's stories to share.
You've returned, I see.
Okay, let's have this chat.
And you're not sprouting mold from your eyes. I take it that means my pill worked. Now tell me everything. Did you find the source? You did, didn't you?
I found a big, angry plant. Like, gigantic. I killed it.
You killed it! You found the source and you killed it! I could have learned so much from a live specimen.
Her concern is touching. Really, it's too much. Here, I brought you a sample.
A piece of the innermost mold. You're not such a lost cause after all. Strange. So different, even superficially. Another stage of growth, perhaps.
Please, no more stages.
You'll be pleased to know that cutting down the creature at the source has already resulted in a notable cessation of the mold's rapid growth. You've bought me time for further study.
So what now?
I'm glad you asked. While you were busy in the pit, a number of mold hosts were sighted beyond the threshold. They managed to sneak out without the rangers noticing. There's a reason I didn't send Steve and Andy to find the mold source with the others. These vagrant hosts must be eradicated as soon as possible. The mold can still be spread by their overgrown bodies.
Any idea where they went?
The hosts I've observed are not a sprightly bunch. Here are the reports I've received. They'll help you find them.
I'll go take care of them.
Good. And do be quick about it.
There's a nice way to say that. Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we did get a we did get some 4 ability points, so we'll be able to do that, and now we can finally take this elevator back up. It's just, it really struck me in watching that, and we talked about it here watching it together. It felt like there was a real difference in tone between the sections where Morgan and Adam would start to talk and when the others would talk. Almost like there was an offer on the table. Hey, do you want to participate in our haha joke reunion? And Adam and Morgan said, well, we'll come, but we're not really on board for the haha joke. So they were present, but not doing a shtick. And that's not universally true. There were some moments where, you know, they did get you know, they were participating. They weren't being, like, sad sacks. Just felt different. Okay. There we go. Don't you shoot me, asshole. So I'm trying to figure out who else is still alive. I mean, that guy, but he's my friend. Oh. How we doing? Everybody dead? What's happening? Oh, they are. Okay. This is not where I wanted to go. I am looking for a fast travel point. Oh, that's the ashtray maze. No, I definitely don't think I want to go in there. I wanted to go back to the investigations division. That's where we started. And then we got sidetracked on the whole mold thing. So there's a fast travel point, apparently directly below where I am right now. Oh, come on, not into there. Well, you know what? Maybe this is the fastest way, because Where? Okay, I gotta get out of here. I'm trying to work out... Because I know Central Research has other ways out. That sounds a lot like another attack coming. Patikin says that it's time for him to go to sleep. Patikin, have a great night. Hopefully we'll see you online tomorrow. Is tomorrow going to be some more Valhalla? What is this? Dr. Darling's office. I don't think there's a fast travel point in there. Not that I see on the map. Actually, there might be a higher level than this. There might be. I don't know. Not one that we can reach through flight. Oh, here it is. Well, the elevator is just as good, because this will take us back down to the investigation sector. Patikin says, yes, more Valhalla tomorrow. Great. We will probably be leaving another lurk, but very much looking forward to that. Patikin, for everybody watching, has been doing a full-length playthrough of Valhalla on the hardest difficulty level. That's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And although I'm not able to watch it just yet, I will very much look forward to catching the VODs in the future. Major targets. Well, let me... I might take a pass on that. I wanted to go take a look in here. Okay, so... The purpose of internal investigation X039-7 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI-1 that resulted in the deaths of blank agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the blank of blank, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive blank. Cross-referencing that date with various logs found only 2 events consistent with the sector's daily routine. 1, the air filters were changed, and 2, an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Blank entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. I don't remember what Alan Wake's wife's name was. I don't think it was Alice, but I don't remember. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it's likely that Mrs. Blank's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the blank investigation is still ongoing. Hold on. There was also, I just saw a multimedia file. Oh, that's just that. Okay. Okay, finally. So, I am actually highly inclined to take another upgrade to levitation, because that really would have helped out in that boss fight. And now that we've got some upgrades that are particular to when you levitate, you don't spend as much ammo. Then again, plus 20% to shield strength is another favorite, and I can do both. Yeah, let's do that one. And we're going to do shield strength. And then we're even going to spend... Wait, that was shield strength, right? Yes, it was. We can do 1 right here. 20% damage increase to ground slam. Awesome. Spin, pierce, and charge. Okay, upgrade spin. Yeah, we got an untapped potential. Let's hit it. Okay. And now we'll go here. Spin. Nope. Spin. So, what do we like? Headshot damage plus 63%. I don't hit a lot of headshots with spin. We could further reduce ammo cost while levitating. Energy gained from headshots. You know what? Let's go with this. This is better. Rate of fire plus 45%. That one's okay. I don't know. It shoots really fast already. Ammo refund chance on hit plus 18%. Well, let's hit that, because the thing about spin is that the more bullets you can crank out in a barrage, the better. Went through here.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Yippish.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding?
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen it.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here? And Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
Jesse remembers... Oh, it doesn't usually do that. This is surprisingly eerie, even though we've been here before. What was I gonna say? One of the running themes in this story, recurring plot points rather, is that Jesse remembers a lot of things a little bit differently from what the evidence suggests that they were. And the running theme, and I had intended to do a quick sort of theory recap at the beginning of this episode, is that Jesse is not a native to the dimension in which we've been playing, that she's from an alternate world. Boy, that smoke looks great. Okay, so we've turned off several things. Also, these televisions were never here during previous visits.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
I'm going to bet that that opened up a more elaborate version of that for us to watch. Let's go check it out right now.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. what he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
When they started dropping little hints of Alan Wake, like little references, I thought it was going to stop there. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, the same development team worked on both games, or at least the same company. I never expected it to go to this extreme, and I'm really happy that it is. God, can you imagine if we hadn't played Alan Wake? Okay, I need to switch missions here because I'm on the wrong thing. No. Here. Can we... Hold on a second. No, we can't get over it here. You don't suppose I'm supposed to get over there? I don't think I can. Well, then again, we wouldn't die too much. Anything else I can... No, we're just chipping it. We're not pulling out any bits. Well, I mean, I could try to get over there. This seems really unlikely, but... Well, hold on. Might do it. Of course, this doesn't open, so that blows. Nor does this. Well, we're pretty well committed now. Okay. This also does not open. We'll just have to hope that one does. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, well, let's see what's over here.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
Right, we've got... Oh, no, those are not stairs. I thought they were. Okay, that looks fine. That button is not pushable. I don't want to go down that hallway right now. Maybe just stop in the restroom here real quick, splash some water in my face. All right. This looks fine.
That doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
We should also acknowledge the fact that there's been a few rooms that Jesse has not been able to go into previously because there was a sufficient mold in there that it would cause her damage. Now that we've taken the pill given to her by Dr. Underhill, that issue should be fully resolved. This is like a minor control point. I don't think we get to Mia here. All right, we did that. And I'm going to say that it's about 10:35 here on the eastern seaboard. So this is, like, I had sort of thought when we stepped in here at the beginning of the mission that we would continue on, you know, on this track throughout the episode, but then due to circumstances wound up instead doing a whole bunch of mold mission and got it done, which I was very happy about. So that is very neat. I'll tell you what, why don't we go see if we can do this real quick. Go to pneumatics. Usually these missions don't take very long. Oftentimes because I've died, but that's fine. Oh gosh, this is one of those classic things. Can I get to pneumatics from dead letters? Or do I want to try to go through the mailroom? I think the mailroom might be a little bit more reliable based on the map. But yeah, I want to say that the difference between looking up what to do for the mold one and or like asking Drienne was basically one episode out. I was planning to actually ask Drienne in this episode because I was so confused by, like, how do we progress this mold one? Okay, I've done this many times. Let me just think about how to get to the mailroom. Come on. Oh, pneumatics. We've got a nice sign right here. Points us in the way. Pneumatics. Dead letters is that way. Hopefully pneumatics is... Yep, we found it. When they first introduced, God, that's satisfying. When they first introduced, the seize mechanic, I wasn't sure I was going to ever use it. And that may come as a surprise, given how often I use it. Because to me, one thing that I've noticed, one thing that I feel like makes seize particularly useful is if there are... if the enemies can choose to shoot a former friend or shoot Jesse, it seems like they are frequently more likely to shoot their former friend. They really seem to take the betrayal to heart. Oh, I was very nearly dead. Okay. Well, that worked out real well. We will pick up any more blue shards there are. And maybe just... because I still hear gunfire, and I don't know why. Just maybe take a... oh, that's why. You dead? Okay. And now we return to our regularly scheduled chanting. Ricardo will be right back. Yeah, and actually, oh, look at this. A level 1 door that we've never opened. We're gonna have in here like a rank 1 mod. No, house memory. I can use that. Seize accelerator. Nice to see, although I don't think that I've ever made use of it. Again, you would think that I would, given how often it is that I use that one ability. Give this room a once over. Once you realize you've missed one thing, it makes you want to recheck everything. But this feels like a good run around to this area. Yep, we went up there. Can't get in there. Alright, I think we're ready to head back. Alright, I think if we head back to towards the mail room, we'll find our way out. Alright, here's the mail room. Whoops. Should be actually right out here. I think I know exactly where this one is. It's very subtle. This one is easy to overlook, as evidenced by the fact that I'm currently overlooking it, but we will find it. There it is. Okay, let's... we're gonna fast travel back to where we were a moment ago. It must be sector head office. No, it'd be abandoned offices. Right, because then we'd work our way north from here. We'll know it when... I'll know it when we see it. Yep, that... When you see the filing cabinets or water fountains, whatever they are, doing that, I feel like we are on the right track. So, this is going to be where we call it for this episode, and what we're going to do next time is continue our investigations of the investigations zone. Let me just take a quick look to see... yeah, we can get rid of these two, I'm sure. Clean that up slightly. Go in here. Seize speed plus 69%, which is not... oh, no, actually, that's better than 66%. All right, let's cut that one. I feel like inventory management is a necessary part of this experience. All right, and then missions are... nope. Okay, we'll go do this another time. This is what we're on. Okay, so we're going to save it right there. I'm just going to touch this run. There's no evidence that touching this saves the game. Oh, actually, I think it does, because you see the little swirl down there at the bottom right. And that's going to be it. I want to thank everybody for joining us for episode 9 of Control. I sort of felt like this was going to be a trimmer experience than some of the other games that we've done. Particularly, oh gosh, Judgment comes to mind. Ghost of Tsushima was a nice long one. And I was a little bit bummed out about that because I've been enjoying the gameplay loop in this so much. The pacing can feel very, very unsteady, but the way the combat unfolds, I genuinely have difficulty talking through how much fun it is to be dodging, punching, throwing, putting up a shield, flying when necessary, doing that Superman dive punch. I mean, this game just feels great, and it's remarkable to me that you could take almost any 15 seconds of any combat encounter, and it just looks awesome. It's just everything that's happening on screen is so well put together. It's this focused chaos that plays so well, and I've been enjoying it so much. So I'm very glad that we're going to head into episode 10 now, and every episode has been usually well over 2 hours. So this is a meaty game, and by the way, is on sale right now for like $16 over at Green Man Gaming. So if you are enjoying any part of what you're seeing, this game is available on the cheap, and the further I go into it, the more likely I am to say it is absolutely worth your time. In any event, we're going to call it here and find somebody fun to raid. Until next time, thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great night.